first day of African American History Month. And this is the way I want to go to work every day, celebrate. Every day I'll be wearing something that commemorates my history that expands over 3 million years. When you know your history, you know your greatness. Peace and power. Hey, good morning. This is day 2 of me going to work, commemorating my African American history and heritage. Yeah, this is where I'm going to do it today. I feel good. Can't wait to get to work. I'm a little late though, but anyway. Work today. 3.5 million years of history. To know your history is to know your greatness. And a director and the star. This is day 4 of African American History Month. And this is the outfit that I'm choosing to wear.
City's bond determines the interest it pays on
6
borrows money by selling bonds. Now, the better the district's rating, the lower the interest it pays on the bonds.
Wrote my history and heritage at work. Today is day number 7. Keep hope alive. History begins with our story. How you like me now? I believe this is day number 11. Know yourself. I thought yesterday was day number 11 of African American History Month, but on second thought, I think today is day number 10 of the days that I've gone to work, celebrating my history and heritage by any means necessary. Black people, how do you like me now? February the 20th, and Dr. Charles Finch from Morehouse University is going to be at HHS today. I'm so happy. I can get a little bit of credit for having brought him to HHS, but the most exciting thing for me is going to be sitting in that audience with all those people who have never heard the likes of Charles Finch before, and to hear him spew out fact after fact after fact regarding our enormous, our rich and glorious history. Peace and power. History begins with our story.
Our jazz vocal performance there was We Are in Love.
Hey, what's up? This is Friday, February the 22nd, and this is the 3rd week of African American History Month. And this is the way I am choosing to go to work today. Next week will be the final week, of course. And I'm pleasantly surprised and delighted that I had made it to this point without any stars, still got my job, and more interestingly, I'm still surprising myself with what clothes I have here. really, really comforting. And with the last week of African American History Month coming up, man, oh man, this is really going to be painful to quit. I just may not. Peace and power. Get down to the countdown. What it is. To know your history is to know your greatness. Know your history, know your heritage. Hey, here we go. Another day in the month of African American History.
American happenings, okay? You gotta go someplace, you go home
This is
and
the last
get
day
a
of
sewing machine and put
African
on
American History
something
Month.
brand new that evening that you made yourself, and you know
And it's
you
been a
really,
lot
when
of
you
fun.
feel good about yourself. You know, you not only look good, but you feel good because it's
On the
an
radio,
accomplishment. Haven't
you
heard
listen to
a
the
story
Kathy
like that in
Hughes
a
show.
long time.
Check
16
this
minutes
out.
after 7. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Kathy. How are you today?
Good.
That's great.
That's me.
I am a long-time listener, and several times a caller. And tonight I would like to go to the Arts at the Ritz.
Good.
And speaking of Afrocentric wear, I have been a student of African American history for over 20 years now. And over and over the last 20 years, I've collected a lot of African clothes, Afrocentric clothes, and jewelry,
Really?
figurines. And this month, to commemorate African American History Month, I'm wearing my African clothes every day.
To work and everywhere.
Absolutely.
Let me give this brother a big round of applause. All right, my brother. That's wonderful. Okay.
Today's shirt that reads, history begins with our story.
History begins with our story. I love it.
All right.
Now, where do you work? Do you work in an office?
Yeah, I work at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
All right. Now, I love this story here. Now, what has been the reaction of your fellow workers?
Mostly complimentary.
All right.
Yeah, for example, one woman came to me one morning to say that she thought the way I dressed was awesome, and that every day she comes by to see just what I am
Head on. Oh, I love it.
because it makes her day.
I love it. All right. So, what you say? Now, the WL family got the first prize. This $50 gift certificate covered. If the other first caller didn't have time to sew her outfit this afternoon, you got her covered. Huh?
That's right.
I love it. I love it. So, what triggered your awareness, your knowledge, your pride in our African heritage and culture? What happened in your life 20 years ago that caused you to embark upon this campaign?
Okay. I guess I've always been intuitive and sensitive, and while I was, one leg in the street and one leg in the school system, I conjured up a bunch of questions regarding what was going on in the world around me. But I didn't feel comfortable with discussing these things with my peers because they just weren't into it. And then I was asked by a teacher to read two books. One was Catcher in the Rye, and the other was an autobiography of Malcolm X. And I have not been the same since. It changed my life, and it answered a lot of questions. And from there, I went on to read and become a writer. I'm a freelance writer now, and I write along cultural trends.
Really? So this is going to be your crew this evening?
Absolutely.
Were you aware? Yes, you sure will be. Were you aware of this function this evening?
Yes, I was.
All right. I'm glad we were able to convince you to go. Please win the first prize, and please, I hope that they will have, I'm certain that when we're talking about the artists, that there are going to be several photographers there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, if we could get a picture of you also. Do you have, for instance, is your home decorated?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
See, everything about me reflects my heritage and my knowledge, and it blows my mind when I go in some people's homes and find, pictures of Abraham Lincoln or George Washington and all this Eurocentric stuff.
No, don't be lying on my brothers. They got John Kennedy there.
Right.
I know what white man hangs on that black wall.
And that white dude, they call him Jesus up there.
Yeah, right. The European, and no, it is Jesus, but it's a European interpretation of Jesus.
That's right.
It ain't our African Jesus.
That's right, but I have figurines, I have pictures, photographs.
Are you married?
Single.
How do your lady friends react when they come into your home?
They love it. I mean, it's
catches on with them. Once they come in your home, I bet you they find themselves starting to look at African fashions and start to want to decorate their house differently.
Sure, and unfortunately for me, I have a woman friend who is very Afrocentric, and her home is decorated the same. She wears the clothes, and she's very aware of the culture.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
This is a great story. How are you going to adjust having to put your European clothes back on after Black History Month?
Boy, that's a very difficult question. I'm considering going beyond because I feel so comfortable and everybody expects it. And in fact, one day I came to work dressed with a suit on with a kente bow tie and a matching handkerchief. And folks walked up to me and said, "What's this? Where's the African clothes?"
Oh, really? They complain.
Yeah, that's right. So if I don't continue it, I would definitely mix it up like every week. You know, for 1 or 2 days out of the week, I would definitely wear what reflects my interest most.
And so you are changing your wardrobe and you're taking it into a government office.
That's right. And you have a lot of people who feel that, I've heard comments from my friends who say, yeah, they're going to fire your aide.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
have you had any hassle from any of the supervisors? Have you had any smart remarks from any of the umpty-umps?
yes. On one occasion, you know, they feel their power when they're in the crowd individually.
Right. And listen, they know you take them back there to the Xerox room and really give them a little lesson in African culture.
They know that. So but in a crowd, one commented, I was wearing my kente cloth, I was wearing an African suit, I was wearing a tall kufi, and one commented, I didn't know you were Polish. And my response was, so the Polish stole from our culture and heritage too.
Right.
He shook them up. He said, I don't know why you said that. And then others, like on the first day, people said, oh, that's beautiful, what's going on? And I said, I'm commemorating African American History Month. We dress up for St. Patrick's Day, we dress up for Halloween, and we dress up for our culture and heritage, the oldest known heritage and civilization. And so they thought that was nice. And then the second day I got comments like, well, how many outfits do you have? And then the third day it was like, are you borrowing these from your friends or do you just have all these things? And then the fourth day was, are you going to do this every day? And of course I would answer, I don't know, I'm going to try. And then eventually it got to silence. You know, there's some people who won't even acknowledge what I'm wearing, even though it stands out because of its blazing colors and the message.
Right.
But there's some who haven't even acknowledged that I am wearing Afrocentric clothes.
This is so wonderful. This is so wonderful. What about your lady friend? Does she wear hers to her office?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
In fact, she was the inspiration.
Really?
Yes.
You know what I have found, that it's a lot easier oftentimes for sisters to wear the African-centric fashions than it is for brothers.
Absolutely, because see, we represent a plant right on the surface.
That's right.
You know, especially if we are intelligent, articulate, and look them in the eye, and don't itch with it, don't scratch with it, don't itch, don't laugh when it ain't funny. We're right off the bat. So if we wear this, a lot of people feel that we are, revealing our ace in the hole, we letting them know where we're coming from. Hey, the heck with all of that. This is where I am, and this is out of my heart. And if they're going to do something to me, then that's on them. But I doubt very seriously they can because I do my work.
Beautiful, 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 sir. We say you do your work. You cover your J.O.B.
That's right. And they can't take me out because of what I'm wearing. I mean, that's a line on their part.
Absolutely.
I'll get them for that if they try.
That's right. Well, let me say this to you. You have inspired me, so I'm going to break my rule. I'm going to give you 2 tickets because I want you to have one to share with your ladies this evening.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Keep up the great work, sister.
Thank you very much. You keep up the great work. All right, Tony, line 3, 2 tickets, please. And tell your lady I said it was a beautiful story you shared with us this morning, and she's a very lucky lady.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Woo! Was that beautiful? 24 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I told you, African American History Month has been fun.